Hello everyone, wishing you all a beautiful, brilliant and a productive day. So in our previous class of Natural Resources Part 1, we have discussed regarding the renewable and non-renewable resources, natural resources. What are the natural resources? So we have seen air, water, soil, all these are natural resources. And what are pollutants, what are pollution, all these we have come across. So we have just seen the introductory part of the natural resources. Today we will be discussing regarding the air pollution. So let us see what is air pollution. So first of all, let us see what is air pollution. So the definition of the air pollution. So as you all know, you have learned in the primary classes, in your earlier classes, you have learned what is air pollution. So what is air pollution? So the presence of undesirable materials in the air. The presence of undesirable materials in the air in such concentration that which is harmful for the man as well as for the environment is known as air pollution. So if it is harmful for the human being or if it is harmful for the environment, any undesirable materials that which is added to the air more than the concentration, so that is termed as air pollution. Okay, so let us see what are the causes of the air pollution. So what are the causes? So due to combustion, the air pollution occurs. Carbon dioxide is being released, then nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, then the chlorofluorocarbon, carbon monoxide. As we all know that carbon monoxide is due to the incomplete combustion. So carbon monoxide is the biggest pollutant. Okay, so these are all due to combustion: carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, chlorofluorocarbon, carbon monoxide, chlorofluorocarbon and all. We are using it in the refrigerator as the coolant agent. So when we are adding all this, so due to combustion, all these are moving to the atmosphere. So any undesirable materials that which is going to the environment or to the human beings, that is called as air pollution. So let's see ahead. Now let us discuss the causes of air pollution one by one. The first one, let us discuss about the carbon dioxide. So due to carbon combustion only, the carbon dioxide is released to the atmosphere. So this carbon dioxide is otherwise known as greenhouse gas. Okay, this carbon dioxide is otherwise known as greenhouse gas. So this will be producing greenhouse effect. This will be producing greenhouse effect. So what is greenhouse effect? That is very, very important. Many times the question is being asked. So what is greenhouse effect? So let us discuss about that. So greenhouse effect means the sun. Okay, so due to the heat, the radiant heat that which is emitted by the sun, emitted by the solar radiation, is trapped by the earth. Okay, so trapping infrared radiation. It is being trapped. The radiant heat of the sun is being trapped by the earth. So what happens? Once it is being trapped, it is trapped forever. जो अंदर आते हैं उसी को बाहर जाने नहीं देंगे. वो जो हीट जो है, जो अंदर आते हैं उसी को बाहर नहीं जाने देंगे. So temperature of the globe will be the temperature of the earth will be increased. Here we know that naturally when it is being trapped and when it is not allowed to go back, or surely the temperature of the earth is going to be increased. So what happens? Global warming takes place here. So the global warming takes place. So this is what is termed as greenhouse effect. So what is greenhouse effect? What you have to write is that the radiant heat that is emitted by the sun is trapped by the earth. Once it is trapped, it will never be, it will not allow to go back. The trapped heat is not allowed to go back. So this is termed as greenhouse effect. So let us see what are, due to this greenhouse effect and due to the increase in the temperature of the earth, global warming takes place as I told. So it will be having its effect also. What are the effects? Melting of the glaciers. Melting of the glaciers will take place. Then the increase in the sea level. Then seasonal variation takes place. Desertification occurs. Okay, so why this carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is increasing? We all know that due to the combustion of fuels, due to the deforestation, due to the excess use of the nuclear weapons and the explosive, all due to volcanic eruptions, forest fires, all these are the causes of the air pollution. So here, so what is happening, what is the after effect of this one? So melting of the glaciers will take place, okay, and increase in the sea level. So due to the melting of the glaciers, what happens naturally, the sea level will be increased. In the low-lying areas, it is said that almost 50 countries, okay, 50 countries are worried about the increase in the sea level if the glaciers are melting. Okay, they are worried about that. Then seasonal variation. What do you mean by seasonal variation? Sometimes rain may occur, sometimes there will not be rain, sometimes heavy rain will be taking place. All these will be taking place due to the seasonal variation. Then desertification also will take place. So these are the effects. Okay, if the carbon dioxide is increased, what happens and what is greenhouse gas, greenhouse effect, and what is global warming we have come across. Now how can we prevent this air pollution? So before moving to the prevention, let us discuss about the other gases that which is polluting the air. So nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide. So this nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide will be causing acid rain. Okay, so this nitrogen oxide as well as the sulfur dioxide will cause acid rain. So nitrogen oxide will be releasing nitric acid and sulfur dioxide sulfuric acid. So when it goes up in the atmosphere, this nitrogen oxide as well as the sulfur dioxide, when it goes up into the atmosphere, what happens? It will be mixed with the cloud, nitrogen oxide as well as the sulfur dioxide, water, along with the water it mixes together, and in the form of rain. When the condensation takes place after the evaporation and all, what happens, the rain comes down. So this rain, if the sulfur dioxide as well as the nitrogen oxide concentration is more in this rain, then what is happening? This rain is called as acid rain. So I suppose you might have understood this portion. So other gases, we have discussed the carbon dioxide, that was the greenhouse gas, and what are the greenhouse effect, what is global warming, how can we prevent that, we have learnt. Now nitrogen oxide as well as sulfur dioxide. So these are releasing nitric oxide as well as sulfuric acid. So when it goes up, it will be mixing with the cloud with H2O and combines, and what happens? It will be in the form of rain. When it comes down, it is called as acid rain. If the concentration of nitrogen oxide as well as the sulfur dioxide is more, okay, then when it comes down, it is known as acid rain. So what are the after effects of the acid rain? Sometimes it may cause damage to the crops. Sometimes we may get skin diseases, skin irritation and all. We know that Taj Mahal, the great monument, is made up of calcium carbonate. So its color fades. Sometimes patches occur. Sometimes holes occur in that monument. So acid rain is dangerous. So if the increase in of nitrogen and sulfur dioxide is more in the atmosphere, what happens? There are other causes. There are other diseases that which is occurring in the human being. Sometimes bronchitis may occur, asthma may occur, lung cancer, eye irritation, high blood pressure. All these can be caused due to the increase of sulfur dioxide as well as the nitrogen oxide in the atmosphere. So what we have to do? We have to reduce the uses of nitrogen oxide as well as the sulfur dioxide. So next, moving towards the CFC. Now let us discuss about the CFC. What is CFC? That is chlorofluorocarbon. CFC is chlorofluorocarbon. So what this CFC is doing here, what this chlorofluorocarbon is doing here. So see here, Earth. This is the Earth. Suppose it is Earth. So upper surface of the Earth, there is a blanket, a protective layer termed as O3, that is known as ozone. So what this ozone is doing here, when the sun, the radiant heat of the sun is being emitted, the ultraviolet rays that which is being emitted by the sun is being absorbed by the ozone. So this O3 is otherwise known as ozone. We can call it as ozone. So ozone layer actually it is protecting us from the ultraviolet rays. So these ultraviolet rays, if UV rays are absorbed by the earth, what happens? It can be carcinogenic. it can cause cancer, okay, the human being. So what happens? So this O3, the ozone will be acting as the protective blanket. So this CFC, where this CFC is being used? We are using it in the refrigerators, we are using it in the jet planes and all. So the refrigerators as well as the jet planes, how we are using this CFCs as the coolant agent. The CFC is chlorofluorocarbon and it is used as the coolant agent in the refrigerators as well as the jet planes and all. So nowadays, because of the CFC, if the CFC is more in the atmosphere, what happens? The depletion of ozone takes place, and due to that, UV rays will be absorbed and we will be getting many sickness. So due to that, nowadays the other gases are being used in the refrigerators as well as the jet planes. So what are the diseases we are going to get due to this CFC? If the CFCs, chlorofluorocarbon, is increased, then what happens? The ozone layer will be depleting and the UV rays will be absorbed by the earth, so that it can be carcinogenic. It can lead us to various types of diseases. So snow blindness, sunburns, various genetic disorders, all these may occur due to the increase of CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. That's what nowadays other gases are used as the coolant agent in the refrigerator as well as the ACs, jet planes, etc. etc. Next, let us discuss about the carbon monoxide, that which is polluting the atmosphere. So as I have told you, the carbon monoxide, how it is being formed? It is formed due to the incomplete combustion. Okay, it is formed due to the incomplete combustion. This is very, very dangerous. Okay, this carbon monoxide is very, very dangerous. It directly also affects our health. It indirectly also affects our health. Okay, so what happens here? So we all know that when we are inhaling the oxygen, we all inhale oxygen, isn't it? When we are inhaling the oxygen, it is trapped by the hemoglobin. Where is this hemoglobin present? It is present in our blood cells. And these blood cells will be taking the oxygen for the cellular respiration as well as for the breaking the food. If in case the blood cells are carrying the, instead of oxygen, if it is carrying, or if we are inhaling carbon monoxide, that is a silent poison. Okay, this carbon monoxide is a silent poison. So if we are, instead of oxygen, taking the blood cells towards for the cellular respiration, instead of oxygen, if they are taking the carbon monoxide, what happens? So this hemoglobin always will be searching the reactivity. So एक hemoglobin जो है reactivity को हमेशा ढूंढते रहते हैं. तो क्या हो जाते हैं? What will happen here? So it will leave the oxygen, instead of this oxygen, it will leave the oxygen and combine with the carbon monoxide, with other chemicals that which is present there. Okay, so that will be combining with the carbon monoxide. Then what happens? It will be taken towards the cell, but cell will not be able to respire, and after that what happens? Cell dies naturally. If they are not able to respire, that cell dies. Sometimes paralysis occurs and death also occurs due to that, if the carbon monoxide is inhaled instead of oxygen. And also it will be reducing the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. This carbon monoxide will be reducing the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. Did you understand? So I hope you might have understood. Carbon monoxide, as I have told you, is a silent poison, or it is a poisonous gas. It directly affects our health. So what happens if the carbon monoxide, if we are inhaling oxygen, what happens? Oxygen को inhale करने से क्या होते हैं? जो हीमोग्लोबिन जो है ऑक्सीजन को ट्रैप कर देते हैं, और इसके बाद ब्लड सेल, हीमोग्लोबिन कहाँ है, कहाँ पाए जाते हैं? ब्लड सेल्स में. ये ब्लड सेल्स जो है ऑक्सीजन को सेल रेस्पिरेशन के लिए और फूड पार्टिकल्स को ब्रेक करने के लिए ले जाते हैं. अगर इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस ये ऑक्सीजन की जगह कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड को इनहेल करेंगे तो ये साइलेंट पॉइजन है. इसी की वजह से क्या होगा? ये हीमोग्लोबिन जो है हमेशा रिएक्टिविटी को ढूंढते रहते हैं. तो ये जो है ऑक्सीजन को छोड़कर कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड इट विल बी कंबाइनिंग विद द कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड, उसी से मिक्स हो जाते हैं. फिर क्या हो जाता है? सेल के पास ले जाएंगे तो सेल रेस्पायर नहीं कर पाएंगे, सेल डाइज and paralysis occurs, death occurs. Okay, so this carbon monoxide is very dangerous, very harmful. It can be very harmful, and it is health hazardous gas, we can say. So we have to reduce the usage of the carbon monoxide. Just now we have seen the causes of the air pollution. What are the causes? We have learned due to carbon dioxide, excess use of carbon dioxide, the greenhouse effect, due to the nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, that which is causing acid rain, CFCs we have learned, and at the same time we have learned about the carbon monoxide, how it is being gone to the atmosphere and how it is bringing the hazardous effect to the human being. Now, let us see how to prevent this air pollution. How can we prevent this air pollution? We all know that due to the air afforestation. Air pollution is mainly caused due to deforestation. So, we can do afforestation by planting, by growing more and more plants, we can prevent the air pollution. Then, regular servicing of the vehicles. So due to the combustion, as I have told you, lot of carbon dioxide is being released. So we can regularly service the vehicles. By that also we can prevent the air pollution. And also we can establish the industries away from the residential areas. Okay, industries and all away from the residential areas. If we are making, then it can to a certain limit we can prevent the air pollution. Why? Because industries causes air pollution. We know that. Then increasing the height of the chimneys. So if the height of the chimneys is being decreased, then we know that we are not able to, so of course the pollution will take place there. Okay, so what is being released? Carbon dioxide is being released. So we are burning the coal and all. Okay, so increasing the height of the chimneys also can prevent the air pollution. And also using eco-friendly fuels. Okay, eco-friendly fuels in vehicles, we can prevent the air pollution. So this also we can. Then using wet scrubbers, then electrostatic precipitators, fabric filters, etc. we can use, and we can prevent the air pollution. And also making people aware about the harmful effects of the air pollution. So we have to give awareness to the people. With that also we can prevent, to a certain limit we can prevent the air pollution. And using the alternative sources of energy. That is, for example, solar heaters can be used in place of chullas, as well as the stoves and all. We can use solar heaters. So with that also, using the alternative sources of energy also, we can prevent the air pollution. So that's all for today. In our next class, we will learn about the water pollution. So keep learning, stay healthy, stay blessed. Thank you so much.